here on the Louisiana Hayride. His name is Hank Williams, the drifting cowboy.
On the Grand Ole Opry, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys.
Hi, this is Emmylou Harris.
Hi, folks. This is Sam Bush.
Hello, this is Odetta.
This is Joan Baez, and you're listening to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
And now, gather the family around and sit back in your easy chair. It's time again for the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour, our worldwide celebration of grassroots music. Let's welcome folk singer Michael Jonathan.
You know, there's so much talk all over the world. Folks are worried about things like immigration and strangers in the land. And this is a song that was written a long time ago by a young Irish boy that was an immigrant in England, writing back to his fiancée about the amazing world that he found. Oh, Mary, this London's such a wonderful sight. All the people here working by day and by night. They don't sow potatoes or barley or wheat, and there's gangs of them digging for gold in the street. Well, at least when they asked me, that's what I was told. So I took a hand at all that digging for gold. But all that I found there, well, I might as well be back where the dark morn sweeps down to the sea. And with regard to those questions in your letters that you asked as to how those fine ladies of London were dressed, well, if you believe me, but when asked to a ball, you know they don't wear no tops to their dresses at all. Oh, yes, I've seen them myself, and you could not, in truth, tell it if they were bound for a ball or a bath. So don't be starting those fashions now, Mary McCree. Back where the dark morn sweeps down to the sea. Yes, there's beautiful girls here now, never you mind, and beautiful shapes nature's never designed. Lovely complexions of roses and cream. Ah, but let me remark, with regard to the same, now if at those roses you venture to sip, the colors might all just run away on your lip. So I'll wait for the wild rose still waiting for me, back where the dark morn sweeps down to the sea.
WoodSongs is presented in part by our family of WoodSongs partners, by the Kentucky Department of Tourism and VisitLex.com, inviting people from all over the world to visit our lakes, mountains, parks, sports, music, and art festivals, and more. You can explore everything Kentucky has to offer your family vacation online at KentuckyTourism.com and by the Martin Guitar Charitable Foundation, supporting professionals and front porch pickers since 1833. Online at martinguitars.com.
And welcome, everybody, to the beautiful historic Lyric Theater here in our hometown of Lexington, Kentucky. We're broadcasting all over the world, from Australia to Ireland, New Zealand to New York, Yuma, Arizona, and the Yukon across Canada. We are celebrating this wonderful world of grassroots, independent art and music. Artists come from everywhere to be on our show, and we say it every week. You don't have to be famous to be on WoodSongs. You just have to be very, very good. That is the case of both of our artists. One of them all the way from California. We have an amazing WoodSongs kid. But first up is a really wonderful artist that's following in the footsteps, and I say this carefully, from Segovia to Willie Nelson. They're playing classical nylon string guitars. You're going to recognize that sound. Originally from Tucson, Arizona, now living in Tennessee. She's got a wonderful album called Things I've Said Before. Please welcome Remi Goode to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
Wouldn't it be nice to wash my hands of you? Wouldn't it be nice to wash my hands of you? For the record, I think it would. I don't think I could. Not that I believe in it, but I still read your horoscope, because I knew you once before. Not that I think much of it, but you still show up in my dreams. Do you remember how it was? Good, that's how it should be. When we apologize retroactively for the come around you don't dwell on. For the record, this is not your song. Not that I expected to, but I almost recognize you. Just glimpses in this desert town. Not that I'm oversimplifying, but so it goes. We were what we knew. Paint these gray walls with pink plastic. Wouldn't it be nice to wash my hands of you? Wouldn't it be nice to wash my hands of you? For the record, I wasn't aware of how you felt until my fingers tore at grass upon the hill. Until it was too late. Until it was too late. Until it was too late. The last day.
So beautiful. From her album, Things I've Said Before, For the Record is the name of the song. Remi Goode, it's nice to have you here.
Yeah.
Let's give some props to Gabe Lerer playing a second classical guitar, playing the lead there. So you grew up, your dad was very influential in introducing you to the world of acoustic music, but you were playing classical guitar, right?
Yeah, I grew up playing classical guitar. I started taking lessons when I was 7.
7 years old.
Yeah.
So what is how does a 7-year-old kid translate the fingers to a fretboard, especially in classical music? You were reading music, I guess?
I started kind of learning by ear, I guess. There's this thing called the Suzuki method, which is where you start learning, kiddie songs by ear and then eventually start
Most
reading music.
adults would love to learn those kiddie songs,
Yeah,
right?
it's a really good way to get introduced to learning music.
So you started with a classical guitar, and your dad is introducing you to a lot of his favorite artists like Suzanne Vega and others, right?
Yeah.
So how is this influencing a young little girl? You're not quite 10 years old yet. What's happening in your mind musically as you're looking and listening to all this?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I really latched on to those artists that he showed me. Other ones would be Kathleen Edwards and Sarah Harmer. So I guess I like the Canadian folk a lot too. And those are the artists that I still listen to primarily now. I listen to newer music, but I just really latched on to the stuff that he showed me, and I guess it kind of blended with the classical stuff I was playing, and I draw from that, whether I mean to or not.
Well, and you found songwriting to be extremely easy, and you just plunged right into it, right?
No.
No.
Yeah.
So that took a little bit of determination on your part. Was it a matter of confidence, not feeling like you could do it, or?
Yeah, I do struggle a lot with, I guess, the self-doubt aspect, and songwriting is not something that comes super naturally to me. Something that I kind of have to, I guess, force myself to do a little bit, but it's like a pursuit that I'm really interested in, so I still want to do it.
James Taylor said songwriting is one of the most painful experiences of his living.
Yeah.
And a lot of artists feel that way. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing to do, to write lyrics and a melody and compose it so that the vibrating air makes sense.
Right.
Because that's really all it is. It's just vibrating air.
Yeah.
That's all we're doing. You'd think it wouldn't be that complicated.
Yeah.
But you wrote the songs for your album, right? So the album is called Things I Said Before. This is a great tune called Waltz Number 1. She's going to perform it with Gabe Lerer at her side, and this is Remi Goode right here on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
This is a perfect moment, a poem about the color green before it becomes a song. I'll put you in the melody, my songbird, but that was before. The colors, they have faded,
but I wouldn't be able to name them.
Remember when we sat across the table, when the weather was beginning to change? Oh, I wouldn't have it any other way.
been hearing you speak in your sleep. It seems you won't ever run out of words to say, but I've never heard them sound like that. They've never stung quite like that before. It's been days. Current malaise, the things that fall out of my mouth, they never change, but I've never heard them sound like that. You've never heard quite like that before. I can read your thoughts from time to time, but lately you've been wrong, mistaking yours for mine. I'm starting to hear it's really been years.
Remi Goode featuring Gabe Lear on two acoustic classical guitars. Waltz Number 1 is the name of the song. Things I Said Before is the name of the album. And if you want to know more about Remi Goode's music, make her album part of your home music collection, all you got to do is go to the WoodSongs website, click on the archive page. This is show number 1157. We'll tell you all about Remi Goode and how to contact her, as well as our next artist, who has just got a spectacular story behind her career. She's a wonderful singer-songwriter. She's got a brand new album called Pinto. This is a tune called Whiplash. Please welcome Kristen Ford to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
First you wanna take it slow, second you move fast. Say we need to talk, then you're naked, making me laugh. Okay, I'm a ride or die, why you leave me high and dry? Friends say you won't last the night, cause you hit me with the whiplash. You say you love me, then you take it back. You break me off like a Kit Kat. While we dancing in your pose a track, you got me whipped with your whiplash, whiplash, whiplash. You got me whipped with your whiplash, whiplash, whiplash. Guess you had your heart broke wide open before. You're the only referee that's out here keeping score. Say you want commitment, then you want foot out the door. Say that I don't care, but I already miss you. Cause you hit me with the whiplash. You say you love me, then you take it back. You break me off like a Kit Kat. While we're dancing in your pussy track, you got me whipped with your whiplash, whiplash, whiplash. You got me whipped with your whiplash, whiplash, whiplash. Stop and go, yes, no, we've been through all this before. We've been up there, not my up, down, wrong, right. I don't think we'll last the night, but that body's out of sight. Now I woke up at your place. What happened to our space? Cause you hit me with the whiplash. You say you love me, then you take it back. You break me off like a Kit Kat. While we're dancing in your closet track, you got me whipped with the whiplash, whiplash, whiplash. You got me whipped with your whiplash, whiplash, whiplash. You got me.
From her album Pinto, Whiplash is the name of the song. Kristen Ford, it's nice to have you here, all the way from California.
Thank you.
Used to be based around LA, now you're in the northern part of the state.
That's right.
And traveling around doing your thing, and I read somewhere in your bio that you described yourself as a third-generation troublemaker. So
Yeah.
describe Kristen Ford as a young girl. You were listening to folks like Alison Moret or these other
Yeah.
right these
Alanis Morissette.
Thank you very much.
She's great.
So
She's angry.
So do you find that in your music? Because where Remi Goode was kind of very delicate with the acoustic guitar kind of ballads and stuff. You are performing to the back wall. You're up there and you're just hitting it. So is that the way you started out as a musician, with that same kind of energy?
Oh yeah, I was born 2 weeks premature on a Wednesday with my dad on a business trip because I said, let's get this. Keep them on their toes, you know? And yeah, like pop punk was what really inspired me to start playing guitar in the first place. And I kind of like to defy the expectations of a woman with an acoustic guitar.
Well, nobody starts out making a living in music. It's part of your life first, right?
Sure.
And then you make a living. So you could have had a career as, say, a hot dog maker. Right.
Wow, you did a deep dive.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of your secular background. You worked in a hot dog factory.
I did. Yeah.
As a TV extra.
Oh yeah.
Right. And what other fun things did you do? Because it takes you got to have one hand on a guitar case, one hand on a briefcase, so to speak, in order to get your legs before you can really do a deep dive as a full-time musician, right?
Absolutely.
So everybody has to do that. You waitress for a while?
Yep. And I recently was catering in the 1%, famous people in LA, some gated communities in Beverly Hills, and I got to see, gold-plated bathrooms. It's just
hanging out with
interesting.
the famous people, right?
Yeah, at least serve them.
What about being a Wyoming wrangler?
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
What was that all about?
It was really great, especially, I am who I am unapologetically, and I love to sometimes be the first queer person someone's ever met and be like, oh, she's cool. And it was just absolutely stunning riding horses around the Bighorn Mountains, and Zeta was my favorite horse. She was great. And yeah, there's just a kind of freedom that you feel when you're out on a different timeline. No cell service. There's not even any airports within 4 or 5 hours. And yet I also love cities, and I love good sushi and art and culture, so I kind of gotta keep it moving.
You adapt well. So
Yeah.
you have obviously a very colorful resume, but music is your priority. Music was, and a couple of years back, you're performing, and of course, in the world of folk and punk rock and stuff, Righteous Babe Records is like the record label, right? And that was started by a spectacular artist, Ani DeFranco, who kind of just took the world by storm. And you're performing one day, and who walks in?
Ani DeFranco.
So let's talk about that. This was obviously someone you would have admired, I would think, right?
Absolutely.
Were you listening to her music, her records, as you're learning songwriter and stuff? Was she sort of one of the templates for you?
For sure. She was one of those albums that I just couldn't get enough of, listening to her music over and over. And when I saw her perform live, it was like a lightning bolt. I said, that's what I want to do with my life. Oh my God, that's what I want to do. And I was 15. And so and I read, an unofficial biography of her selling records out of the trunk of her car. And it was cool to eventually read her actual book to be like, oh, it wasn't 100% factual, the unofficial one, but she's an icon and just a sweet person, a really, really active listener. So to have it kind of come full circle with me just out there working my craft and sticking at it and kind of being close to throwing in the towel, and I think the universe isn't quite done with me. So.
Wow, so she showed up at a time when you were feeling kind of weak.
Yeah, right? I guess
so. So had you met her before that night, or?
I had not.
And did you realize that was her when she walked in to come see you perform?
Yeah, for sure.
And how did you hold it together?
I think I told a story about trying to look for parking when something wasn't agreeing with me, because I thought if I tell a poop story, then I won't be fangirling. And I think it worked out, because I did get a record deal.
Yes, so she's now on Righteous Babe Records with Ani DeFranco. She signed you. That's right. Isn't that wonderful? Well, the album Pinto is on Righteous Babe Records. Ani DeFranco is helping her out and introducing her to the world. This is a song on that album called Wild Heart. It is Kristen Ford on the WoodSongs, Old Time Radio Hour.
I'll be the hero. I'll wear a cap. I got a bulletproof sports bra, sprint across the southern states. Give me a tampon, make it a super plus. I got blood coming out of my eyes, no, I don't give up. You can't control me. Yeah, that's my pride. Oh, that's my joy. I don't owe you a damn thing. Are we looking at a girl or a boy? No, I'm not waiting on you. Now I'm just getting started. We are here beyond you. 'Cause I was born for this, I was born with the wild, wild heart. Got a wild, wild heart. I see you, mister. Rattlesnake license plates. Do you see Medusa? Does she make you feel unsafe? You can't control me. Yeah, that's my pride. Oh, that's my joy. I don't owe you a damn thing. If I'm a girl or a boy, no, I'm not waiting on you. I'm finishing what I started. We are here beyond you. 'Cause I was born for this, I was born with the wild, wild heart. Got a wild, wild heart. Light blue, light pink, and white's in the middle. That's the color of everything. Light blue, light pink. Trying to my light, but shine like a prism. You can't control me now. Yeah, that's my pride. Ooh, that's my joy. I don't owe you a damn thing. If I'm a girl or a boy, no, I'm not waiting on you. I'm finishing what I started. We are here beyond you. 'Cause I was born for this, I was born with the wild, wild heart.
Cranking it up to 11. Kristen Ford and her album Pinto is on Righteous Babe Records. That was a song called Wild Heart. We're going to get back to her. We got Remi Goode here with her classical guitar. Beautiful songs from her new album, Things I've Said Before. Oh, and wait till you meet this week's WoodSongs kid and the spectacular story he has to tell. We'll be right back.
You're listening to WoodSong Show number 1157, broadcasting around the world by the foothills of Appalachia in Lexington, Kentucky. If you would like to attend a WoodSongs broadcast, you can find reservation and show schedules on our website, woodsongs.com. We'll be back after the break with Remi Goode, Kristen Ford, and our amazing WoodSongs kid on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. WoodSongs is presented in part by the Kentucky Department of Tourism and VisitLex.com, inviting families from all over the world to celebrate Lexington's 250th anniversary year. WoodSongs is an all-volunteer multimedia front porch for artists worldwide. You can visit our archive of past shows, attend a broadcast while in Kentucky, or become a WoodSongs partner from our website, woodsongs.com.
Hey, this is Brandy Carlisle, and you're listening to folk singer Michael Jonathan in the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
And thank you so much, Brandy Carlisle, and welcome back, everybody, to the second half of our show. We're coming to you from our home base here in Lexington, Kentucky, crossroads of America's folk and bluegrass music, the gateway city to the beautiful Appalachian Mountains, where so much wonderful art and wonderful music and amazing artists do come from. We're broadcasting all over the world on hundreds of radio stations like the North 103.3 in Duluth, Minnesota, CJHR Valley Heritage Radio in Ontario, Canada, Country Radio 105.2 in New Zealand, just to name a few of these radio stations broadcasting us. Hundreds of them. We're on American Forces Radio Network, of which this show on the radio, 2 different channels in 177 nations from South Korea to Kuwait, plus every single military base in the world, every U.S. naval ship in the world, every Coast Guard vessel sailing in North America gets to hear this show with Remi Goode and Kristen Ford. And as always, we want to say hello to the men and women that are tuning in, the fans, the public that get to listen to these stations. We're on public television coast to coast, RFD television network nationwide. We're in school with lesson plans, which is why, if you're a parent or a homeschool parent, a teacher or a homeschool parent, we encourage you to go to the WoodSongs website, click on the classroom page. We have a lot of these shows with lesson plans ready to go for middle school, high school, college classes, so that you can introduce your kids to the world of this front porch music, which is why we invite a youngster from somewhere in America to come on our broadcast. They get to sing one song in the presence of seasoned and touring artists like Remi Goode, like Kristen Ford, and today we have 14-year-old Dalton Daly. How you doing, Dalton?
Great, how are you?
Good. Now, you were on our broadcast before, but I just recently read a story, literally days ago. You're sort of exploding on social media because of something that you did for somebody else. So let's talk about that. Somebody gave you a poem, right?
Yeah, it's actually this guy sitting beside me right here. This is Mr. Noah Davis.
And what was the poem about, Dalton?
So Noah got diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and it started in your throat, correct?
Let's talk into the mic there, Dalton.
Oh, sorry.
So yeah, talk to me. So you got this poem. He was a friend of yours. He gave you a poem about how he was feeling, and what did you do with that poem?
Well, we wrote a song with the words that he gave us.
Okay. So like you said, sitting next to you is Noah Davis. Noah, how you doing, buddy?
Doing well, thank you.
So you wrote the words, right?
Yes, I wrote the lyrics, and then I got a hold of Tim Brandsetter, his manager, said, "Good Dalton, please sing this for me."
And so Dalton wrote the music.
He wrote the music.
Okay,
yes,
so Dalton, melody. Was this a hard song for you to write? That's a serious subject.
No.
Well, you're a brave soul. So really, for anybody that is facing a loss, anybody that's facing a struggle, this is a good song for them to hear, right?
Yes, sir.
So you're going to sing it for everybody. It's called Noah's Song. He's 14 years old. Dalton Daly, this week's WoodSongs kid.
Well, I'm fighting this battle that's out of control. From deep in my body, but not in my soul. Overwhelmed and weary, but I still believe. Even when the pain tries to take a hold of me. Well, death can have my body, but it can't have my soul. For every tear and whisper, there's a piece that I still hold. I may walk through the valley, but heaven's got my goal. Well, death can have my body, he can't have my soul. Well, I speak the name of Jesus over you, by prayers and by scripture. It's all that I can do, and I know my church, my friends and family too, are standing there with me till it is through. Death can have my body, but it can't have my soul. Through every tear and whisper, there's a peace that I still hold. I may walk through the valley, but heaven's got my goal. Well, death can have my body, but it can't have my soul. It can't have my soul.
What a beautiful song. Dalton Daly and his guitar. He's 14 years old, and we're very proud that we can call him a hometown boy, sort of. He's from Rockhold, Kentucky, outside of Corbin. And the subject of the song, Noah Davis, is sitting right there next to him. Of course, Noah, you had stage 4 cancer, and this must be an uplifting thing to hear a 14-year-old boy putting your words to music like that.
Absolutely.
Well, we're very glad, and we wish you good health and everything.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you.
Remi Goode is here. She's got an album called Things I've Said Before. This is a tune called Might Not Be True. Remi Goode on the WoodSongs, Old Time Radio.
Last week I wrote a poem. This week I don't like it anymore. Last week I changed with the wind, but today I've decided to stay in. I didn't have time to buy a stamp, so I wrote you a song, a letter with no address. Put on the things I hold to be true might not be true at all. Don't actions speak louder than words? I've heard it's not something on which to dwell, but darling, I don't feel too well. Last year I saw you last. I sang in a bar for you about our past. I tried patiently waiting for you, but then you made our plans fall through. I didn't have time to write a song, so I wrote to myself about you, a letter with no address. Put on
true at all, and all that remains are just words I've heard. It's not something on which to dwell. Darling, I wish you well.
Beautiful song. Might not be true. It's on their album Things I've Said Before. And Remi Goode, you're here with Gabe Lara doing a brilliant job on the second guitar. Two classical guitars, and you can really hear your classical influence. So when it comes time to, you got brave, you wrote these songs, you like them enough to record them, and you're doing a regular studio and a studio in your bedroom, and you're kind of doing everything together, right?
Yeah.
Trying to make it happen. And sometimes you have to reach out to the public and ask them to help you.
Yeah.
And that's what you did.
Yeah, we did. Gabe and I ran a Kickstarter campaign.
And it worked.
Yeah, last year.
Isn't it nice when the audience has an appreciation for an artist and they're willing to dig in their pocket a little bit and, right, throw a few quid your way?
It was definitely nerve-wracking, but very, very grateful that it worked out.
Well, you did good. The album is there. It's called Things I've Said Before. It's a beautiful album. If you love the texture and the warmth of the classical guitar, you both have that. This is a tune off that album called Return to Sender. It is Remi Goode on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio.
I do love me a letter. I love getting it down. Something about seeing all the words written out makes me feel better. But there's only so much to be said before I've lost my head. If you were with me before I've turned to sober, I guess I came off as harsh when I meant to be tender. If you ever knew me, that's long over. Return to sender. I do love me a letter. I love getting it down. Something about seeing all the words written out makes me feel better. But there's only so much to be done when I've lost someone. If you wanna forget, I won't force you to remember. If you've changed your address, the message won't deliver. If you think you're better, you're just a pretender. Return to sender.
a beautiful album. You can really hear the classical influence on it. It's an album called Things I've Said Before. It is Remi Goode right here on our broadcast. If you want to know more about Remi, all the artists that you hear on WoodSongs, you just go to the archive page. This is show number 1157. If you want to make the music of these artists part of your home music collection, we hope you do. She's got an album called Pinto. It's a brilliant album. This is a tune called Girl in the Mirror. It is Kristen Ford on the WoodSongs, Old Time Radio.
Wherever you go, well, I guess that's where you are. Wherever you were, I was waiting for you. First time I fell in love, she blew my mind, she messed me up. 31, I was just 18, small town hush hush summer fling, off to Chicago. I should have known she'd let me go. Ripped out that closet with open eyes and no regrets. I was on my way. I dated Chastity quite briefly. I picked her up at Trader Joe's. Daughter of a preacher, got a flight to my show. I used her and she used me. She dumped me for my drummer. Body of an angel, little homeschool firecracker. I was on my way, loving that girl in the mirror. Sounds cliche, she was the only one who mattered. Wherever you go, well, I guess that's where you are. Wherever you were, I was waiting for you. Ooh, ooh. First you hauled with Katie, blonde hair, crystal blue eyes. I fell so damn quickly, I missed all them warning signs. A high head, a Capricorn, smashing glasses and slamming doors. I hurt like hell, breaking up, felt good as hell once I was gone. I was on my way, loving that girl in the mirror. Sounds cliche, she was the only one who mattered. Wherever you go, well, I guess that's where you are. Wherever you were, I was waiting for you. Ooh, ooh. I told Tara I loved her even though it wasn't true. I'm so sorry for the heartache that my path has led me through. Saoirse gave you 7 good years. Was it good for 6, 4, 5, or 3? No, we never could agree. I was on my way, loving that girl in the mirror. Sounds cliche, she was the only one who mattered. Wherever you go, well, I guess that's where you are. Wherever you were, I was waiting for you. I was waiting on that girl in the mirror. Loving that girl in the mirror. Loving that girl in the mirror. I was waiting on you, baby.
Great song. Love your energy. Girl in the Mirror, girl with 3 R's and mirror with 4 R's. So that's very, very creative. And I had no idea Trader Joe's was going to be such a dating center as you did in that song. Now, everybody is experienced either watching or it happens to them breakups. And your album Pinto is really through a very difficult time that you had with relationships, and that sort of gave birth to this album. Is that a fair way to say that?
Yeah, I mean, I did the divorce concept album before Pinto, but I'm remarried now, so we just get that taken care of, and now all is good. But I do think that Pinto kind of celebrates just my journey as like a whole person, where it hasn't been super glamorous the whole way, and you fall down and you get dirty, but hopefully you just get back up and keep going and keep evolving. And I feel like I've learned so much. It's my 6th studio album, so it's like and to get to work with John Driscoll Hopkins, who's in the Zac Brown band, and The mastering engineer just picked up 3 Grammy nominations this year, and it was just an unbelievable team behind me and writing songs together. And so, yeah, Pinto's kind of just, I guess, where I'm at now.
Is it a lot of times a breakup squeezes the artistic heart so tight it's hard to come out of that? Did you find that for a while? Did that happen to you for a little while?
I'm not sure. I think sometimes songs just kind of like fall out of me. Maybe it's different than Remi's experience, but you know.
Are you prolific? Do you write a lot?
I write a lot. I don't know if they're all good, but I do have a lot of them, and I have a lot of notebooks that are just full of slop. But some of it's good.
Probably.
Or I did learn a lot living in Nashville, understanding the co-writing structure of sit down with a stranger for 3 hours and crank a song out, and really analyzing structures of songs and great lyric writing. And you know, I feel like it's a muscle where you can get inspired, but then to actually be able to follow it through and polish it to something that's show ready is
Did the co-writing thing work for you, or are you just the person that sits down in a room by yourself and just think it through, feel it through?
I think it's all different kinds. There's no
You
one
enjoy both of them?
approach. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, good. Let's explore more of your album. It's a wonderful album. It's called Pinto. It's on Righteous Babe Records, one of the finest record labels and one of the few that remain. Righteous Babe Records is a great label. She's on it. This is a tune called Here's to You, Kid. Kristen Ford on the WoodSongs, Old Time Radio Hour.
Thanks, Mike. Hello, hello, somebody pay attention to me, 'cause lately I've been feeling just a little empty. Let's find some clothes, maybe we can fight off this melancholy. I'm ready for one that's upbeat. I'm ready to do thing that's downtown. I'm ready to laugh and to dive bar. I'm ready to disco ball, just spinning around, around, around again, around, around, around again, around, around, around again. So it's you, kid. Got French champagne just chilling in the fridge. Might just be a little bit Malcolm in the middle. Might just be a little bit too insecure. Might just be a little bit ready for trouble. Come on, come on, let's hit the dance floor. I'm about to find one that's upbeat. I'm about to do a thing that's downtown Lexington. I'm about to laughing on the WoodSongs stage. I'm about to disco ball, just spinning around, around, around again, around, around, around again, around, around, around again. So it's you, kid. You ain't dirty yet. You're killing us. You ain't dirty yet. You're killing us. Here's to you, kid.
Wasn't it great having Kristen Ford on our broadcast? And all the way from the other side of Kentucky, he's 14 years old, this week's WoodSongs kid, Dalton Daly, with a brilliant song written words by Noah Davis, who was here on the show with him. And we've got Remi Goode and her friend and partner, Gabe, playing classical guitars. And, you know, you mix all of this together. It's an amazing garden of music that sometimes we get to experience. And everybody has a unique part of their story. Dalton, 14 years old, was given a poem by a friend of his that has stage 4 cancer. What a serious thing, what a difficult thing. And Dalton took that and created a brilliant song out of it, and already he has hundreds of thousands of views in literally just a few days. Kristen Ford went through a rough time. She was at a very, very low point. She's playing a gig, and who walks in is Ani DeFranco, of all people, come in and give her a record deal and direction, and you go from the low point to all of a sudden this incredible, it's like the stars lined up, and there's this amazing opportunity for Kristen Ford. Remi Goode was struggling with songwriters. As a songwriter, she didn't know if she could do it or not, and she didn't have a record deal. What did she do? She turned to her audience for help, and she raised nearly $25,000 on a Kickstarter project. And what a beautiful thing that is when the audience reacts to an artist and helps them out. What's really amazing is the artist doesn't quit. The artist doesn't stop. They overcome every single obstacle in front of them. And it reminds me of something that a great poet said years ago. Is in the year 1650, believe it or not. His name was Molière. He was a French playwright, and he said, "The greater the obstacle, the greater the victory." Dalton Daly's 14 years old, but he made a beautiful victory, taking a poem, a very sensitive poem, and turning it into a beautiful thing. Same thing with Remi Goode, same thing with Kristen Ford. We want you to do the same thing. The greatest stage in the world is your own front porch, 3 chords in the truth. Use it. My name is Michael Jonathan. I'm a folk singer. I'm a song farmer, and we'll see you next week on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio. Good night.
You've been listening to WoodSongs broadcast number 1157. Michael's opening song was Mountains and More from the WoodSongs album, featuring Sharon Oler on flute. Our chief engineer is Jerome Galt. Our TV director is Maria Claire. Technical assistants are Brian Klaus and Garrick Anderson, Danfield, and Gavin Clark. The WoodSongs crew member of the week is Sabrina Riggs. And our WoodSongs partners of the week are Jan and Jock Gum. Our show is produced with the support of the Martin Guitar Charitable Foundation, the Kentucky Department of Tourism, and VisitLex.com, welcoming visitors from all over the world to Lexington, Kentucky. Special support provided by Hybrid Spring Water, email business services by Earthlink.net, and Travel Host Magazine. WoodSongs and WoodSongs support registered trademarks of Rachel Aubrey Music and distributed worldwide by the WoodSongs Radio Network and PRX, the Public Radio Exchange. For Michael Jonathan and the entire WoodSongs crew, this is Dorothy Edwards. We hope you'll join us again next week for the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. The online version of WoodSongs is a free gift to our fans, provided by VisitLex.com, KentuckyTourism.com, and the Clarion Hotel. Our show is produced with the support of the Martin Guitar Charitable Foundation and Earthlink.net, inviting fans and families worldwide to attend our live broadcast tapings in historic Lexington, Kentucky. The encore section is next. You can support our musical mission by becoming a WoodSongs partner. It's as simple as a PayPal click on our website, woodsongs.com.
Let's give Dorothy a big hand. Give yourselves a big hand. Thank you so much for being with us on a Monday night. Were these artists amazing? So we're going to get on with the encores, and they will be in the lobby as you leave, so certainly don't rush out. Say hello to them. They've come a long way to be here, and we're very grateful that we have such a supportive audience all the time. And we do encourage you to sign up for the WoodSongs email newsletter. There's going to be a lot of changes in 2026. Farmer's Almanac is gone. Pennies are gone. So, we want you to keep up with the things that are going on with the WoodSongs, with the Troubadour concert series, all the amazing music and art that is happening. So let's get on with the encores, and we're going to start with Remi, and then we'll go with our WoodSongs kid, and then we'll end the evening with Kristen Ford, okay? What do you want to sing for us?
Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. We're going to sing a song of mine called Don't Drive Me Home. And this is a song that I wrote about Gabe and I. I wrote this kind of about our will they, won't they period of time of our relationship before we got together, because we did grow up as classical guitarists, and he also had the same teacher, so that's how we met. So we had a long childhood friendship history, and then it took us a long time before we kind of made it a partnership in other ways. But we make all of our music together, and we made the record together in various homes and apartments and my parents' house, and it's kind of been like a long journey of making it, and now it's finally out since September, so that's very exciting. But yeah, this is Don't Drive Me Home. I have the CD also in the lobby, so I will be out there, as Michael said, and I'd love to meet you all. And yeah, that's everything. Hold my face, speak into my eyes. I can't hear you, covered ears, but I don't need to. You visited town, precious is our time together, but let down gray haze, I feel you holding your tongue. We're calling it off, feels like a breakup. I don't mind calling it love with nothing to back it up. There's not a thing I haven't said before. Now you pull away, you don't want to. Swear that you need to. On the playground, we keep letting moments slip by. Too much goodbye. It would have been my best kiss. We're calling it off, feels like a break.
driving me home.
Beautiful song, Remi. I'm so glad you got over your songwriting lack of confidence. You did really good. Very good. So Remi's going to be out in the lobby and so is our WoodSongs kid. You ready, Dalton? Why don't you come up here? What are you going to sing for? First of all, we are extremely proud of you.
Thank you.
That was well done, a beautifully written song, and like I told everybody during the broadcast, it's only been out for like, what, 4 days, 5 days, and you've already got well over 200,000 views of this thing. So how does it feel to be a 14-year-old superstar?
It's kind of crazy, but I have experienced it a little bit before. When I was very young, I actually was on the Ellen Show.
You were just like 8 years old or something like that,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
But still, it's absolutely insane how far we've came.
It's nice the journey continues, right? A lot of times you appear on a show like Ellen or something like that, and then that's the end of it. But yours is keep going. It's because you work hard. And it's nice that you have a supportive family around you, right? Would you be able to do this without a family that supported you?
I wouldn't be able to do this without Tim, Bradley, everybody who has pitched in. I wouldn't be able to do it without them. My mom and dad, my grandma.
Well, this is a good time to say thank you with a beautiful song. What are you going to play for everybody?
Well, this one's a little more happy. This one, I was actually in the music video to it. This is called Dancing in the Rain. It's by Moonlight Mile. Hope you enjoy it.
Try to smile just a little. Try to meet me in the middle. Everything is gonna be okay. We're holding hands in the pine grove. There's no such thing as being too close. We're just dancing in the rain. I've got eyes to see, and I've got my beliefs. So go ahead and get up off your knees. I've been everywhere, here, there, and I don't care. The truth is I can't hold on to anything, yeah. Try to smile just a little. Try to meet me in the middle. Everything is gonna be okay. We're holding hands in the pine grove. There's no such thing as being too close. We're just dancing in the rain. There's not much you can do. We're just trying to make it through the barriers that get in our way. No matter what they say, you can be anything. So dream real big, 'cause you are free to be anything, yeah. Try to smile just a little. Try to meet me in the middle. Everything is gonna be okay. We're holding hands in the pine grove. There's no such thing as being too close. We're just dancing in the rain. We're just dancing in the rain.
Dalton Daly.
Thank you.
14 years old. I think you're going to be incredible when you turn 15. Just keep at it.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of keeping at it, I got to give props. First of all, the WoodSongs crew is incredible. They deserve a big round of applause for tonight. Everybody associated with WoodSongs, they're all volunteers, myself, everybody, including the artists, and so we appreciate the audience, and we have to give special props today. Jerome Galt, our chief engineer, went through heck and high water to make sure that tonight's show happened. He was going through a lot of technical difficulty where he is responsible during his day job, and he took care of things. He got here, and Sabrina Riggs, an intern, helped with the sound check and got everything ready for Jerome to pull in here, and they both deserve a big round of thanks for what they did today. Kristen Ford, I'm glad you were here today. What a great story and a lot of success to you. What are you going to play for everybody?
Well, thanks, Michael, for doing this for over 1,000 shows, and a great song from you and your flautist as well. I enjoyed it. Y'all put your hands together for Michael. Yeah, just great company here. It's really cool. I like my job today very much. Better than hot dog manufacturing. This song's called White Man's Dream, and it's a bit too long for the radio edit, so buckle up, Buttercup. Swimming upstream in a southern city, the biggest fish need the biggest pond. Ladies get invited to the good old boys party if it's low cut, D cup, platinum blondes. I don't sing much about boats. I never even owned a truck, neither I know state lines, tail lights, loading out late nights, cruising the country with the 18-wheelers. Sometimes I wish I was a boy, so I could be the all-American they wanted. 'Cause I can write, I can play, I can sing. I'm just a girl sleepwalking in a white man's dream. I'm a girl sleepwalking in some white man's dream. Raise your glass to the mighty Mississippi, and God bless the Southern man. How quickly you forget my great-great-great-grandmother. She died picking cotton on stolen land. Sometimes I wish I was a boy, so I could check off all the boxes like they wanted. Not a master or a slave, guess I'm something in between. I'm a girl sleepwalking in a white man's dream. I'm a girl sleepwalking in some white man's dream. Rainbow babes, you can change your names if the pronouns don't fit right. Oh, Jesus saves, he said, love the little children. Now you don't have to fit in, 'cause there are ones and zeros, and then you is a hero. Sometimes I wish I was a boy. I could be Mr. Right, right at a central casting. Am I pretty? Am I handsome? Maybe something in between. I'm a girl sleepwalking in a white man's dream. Won't you check one box? Won't you choose one race? Well, I'm a mixed girl rocking on a white man's stage. You could be queer, trans, straight, whatever. Maybe in between, you could be a girl sleepwalking in a white man's dream. You could be a girl sleepwalking in some white man's dream. Ooh. songbirds. You gotta sing. Go straight, 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 straight. Ooh. Someday she's gonna rise up. She's gonna shine. 'Cause it was only a dream.
I got a spare room behind the barn for my Mac attack when I'm on the farm. You click it on, then you click around. See the cyber fun I found. Well, I'm a hayseed of the first degree. I'm a country boy from Tennessee. But on the screen I'm so debonair. I'm a cyber